What's up everybody, Chef Glenn B and I'm back in the kitchen, and today I'm working on a falafel sandwich. Not a sandwich in a traditional sense between two pieces of sliced bread. I'm using a Mediterranean flatbread. And also in preparing my falafel, I've got some garbanzo beans here. I started with these dried organic garbanzo beans, and I placed them in water overnight. And this is what I have here. They rehydrated and they expand. I've also got some cilantro, some jalapeno, some onion, garlic, cumin, some salt, coriander, and a little baking soda. So I'm gonna start by placing my vegetables in my food processor. I'm gonna start with my cilantro. I'm gonna go ahead and add my jalapeno. Add my onion. And the garlic. I'm gonna mix those together till they're nice and combined and consistently chopped. Don't want to go too far with it. I'm gonna go ahead and add my garbanzo beans. I'm gonna add my cumin, coriander, add my salt, and my baking soda. Now when I combine these, I want to be careful not to just go ahead and press the button. I want to pulse this because I want to make sure that I don't go too far with mixing this. I want to make sure that I have a granular consistency. It should not be so finely chopped. You don't want to go too far. So I'm just going to pulse it. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead to this, I'm gonna add a little olive oil, a couple of tablespoons, scrape down the sides, pulse it some more. Okay. So scrape down the sides. I see that I've got a few garbanzo beans that are still a little bit too chunky, so I'm gonna pulse it a couple more times. Okay. So that's what we're looking for. Still granular, it's not too fine. So what I want to do is I need to sit this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes or so. I need to let all of these, everything kind of come together so that when I go to form my falafel, it'll stay together. It won't fall apart. All right, so while the falafel's coming together in the refrigerator, I got a couple of things going on. As I mentioned, I'm making French fries as well. So I've got my russet potatoes. I sliced these up last night and placed them in cold water and put them in the refrigerator. You benefit from allowing these to sit in cold water for at least 30 minutes before you start to cook them because it's gonna pull the starches out of them. So you wanna rinse them really good a couple of times, get rid of that starchy water and put some clean water in them, stick them in the refrigerator. And it's gonna help to also firm them up. As you can see, I've got, pretty nice firm potatoes, and it's pulled all the starch out. And I'm gonna fry these twice. I've got my oil here heating up to 325 degrees. The first time I'm gonna fry them at the temperature of 325. We're gonna pull them out, allow them to rest, and when we fry them for the final time, we'll fry them at 375 degrees. So while that's heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and make my sauce for my falafel sandwich. I've got my ingredients here. So I've got some lemon here, fresh lemon. I've got some tahini paste, and this is what the tahini paste looks like in the jar. You can probably find this just about anywhere. I've got fresh garlic, and this is actually really finely minced. I actually ran this through my garlic press. If you don't have a garlic press, you could just lay this garlic, you can lay your garlic down on the cutting board and take the side of your knife and smash it down, but you want to get it really, really nice and finely minced. Also, I've got a little olive oil here, and I've got my trusty jar, all right? In addition to that, I've got some water. I need to get this water heated up. So I'm gonna stick this in the microwave for a few seconds. So I'm gonna get everything mixed together, and I'm gonna start with my tahini paste. And I've got my warm water here, and you can heat it just a couple of seconds in the microwave, but really good hot tap water should work. Add my water. Give that a whisk. A little lemon juice, a couple tablespoons. A little olive oil. I'm gonna go ahead and add my garlic. Add a little salt. Add some fresh cracked black pepper. Give it a taste. Perfect. So my oil is hot. I've got these clean kitchen towels. I want to get my potatoes dry. All right, so I've got my potatoes dry. I'm gonna go ahead and get them partially fried. All right, so moving right along, we got the fries fried the first time. We've got our falafel in the refrigerator, chilling and coming together. Let's talk a little bit about toppings. So for my falafel, I've got a few things here that I want to do. I'm going to make a little vegetable mixture along with slicing some lettuce and topping it also with some feta cheese. But I'm going to start with some cucumbers here. Got some really nicely diced cucumbers. Got some tomatoes that are really finely diced as well. Got some red onion. Some mint. And I'm gonna mix all of that together. Okay, so that's one thing. I'm gonna put a lid on that, set that aside. Got my lettuce, simple iceberg lettuce. All right, so I've got my falafel mixture out of the refrigerator. It's been chilling for about 30 or 40 minutes or so. I'm ready to go ahead and form my falafel. So I've got this scoop. I'm gonna grab a healthy scoop. And I like to create somewhat of an elongated shape. I don't want to call it a oval, but somewhat of an oval. And just like that, kind of flat on one side. Okay, so I've got my oven preheated to 375 degrees. I've got a hot saute pan here. Start with some olive oil. And I want to get my falafel cooked. All right, so the falafel's a little bit delicate, but as it begins to sear, it'll start to hold together. And you want to sear it for maybe 3 to 4 minutes on each side, get a nice dark crust, and then you want to flip them over. So we got a nice dark crust on each side. I'm gonna finish these in the oven. As I mentioned, I've got the oven preheated to 375 degrees. So I've got my falafel here that needs to go in the oven. I've also got my flatbread that needs to go in the oven. I've got a couple pieces of aluminum foil here, and I'm gonna just wrap these up, place them in the oven along with the falafel so that they can get warm. And this is gonna go in the oven for about 10 minutes or so. It's nicely seared on the outside. And in actuality, you could eat it just like it is because it's a vegan dish. There's no meat product in this. This is chickpeas and herbs and things like that. So it's totally safe. But 10 minutes in the oven to make sure that we get it nice and warm on the inside and to make sure that we get our flatbread warm. So I'm pairing my falafel with a 2020 Eisele Vineyard Sauvignon Blanc out of Napa Valley. They're world renowned for their 100-point Cabernet Sauvignons, but they're also known for their fantastic Sauvignon Blanc. I want to point out that when I make recommendations on wines, we talk a lot about specific producers, but I'm making general recommendations on a varietal. So for instance, we're doing Sauvignon Blanc today. I don't necessarily expect you to go out and to grab an Eisele Vineyard Sauvignon Blanc, but you could find a Sauvignon Blanc that's going to pair with this. So we're talking generalizations. We want to key in on the varietal, not necessarily the specific producer. So already, this is kind of pale in color. Wow, very expressive on the nose. Tropical fruit. Getting some pineapple jumps right out at me. Lemon. A little bit of floral notes. I'm getting candied fruit. It's like a really sweet fruit. Let's give it a taste. So we're getting a little bit more of that tropical fruit on the palate, a little bit of pineapple and the lemon. What I like about this is a lot of times you get the racy acidity. I can deal with racy acidity. I like racy acidity in certain Sauvignon Blancs, but the thing I like about this Sauvignon Blanc is it's different in that way. It's subdued. The acidity it's not that acidity that jumps out and grabs you immediately. Like a lot of Sauvignon Blancs I've talked about before, how immediately you'll get that jolt of acidity, and it can either go one or two ways. It can either continue to be acidic and end up being just a sour Sauvignon Blanc, or it could sort of give way, after the initial jolt of acidity. I'm not even getting that jolt of acidity. I'm getting balance from the very beginning. Yeah, it's reminding me how much I love these Sauvignon Blancs. As I said, they are known for Cabernet Sauvignons, but if you look it up, you'll find out that they are really known for these as well. These are some really high point wines. Let's see if it works. Okay, so we're about ready to go. I think my falafel's done. I'm gonna stick these fries in the basket here. Falafel's looking good. So I'm gonna go ahead and assemble my falafel. All right, so I'm ready to try my falafel. This looks so delicious that what I'm gonna do is I wanna share this with my camera person so they can taste it while I'm enjoying it as well. And make sure that my camera person has some wine as well. There you are, camera person. All right. Let's try the falafel. Delicious. So I put feta cheese on mine. If you didn't put feta on yours, this is actually vegan, as I mentioned earlier. Let's try it with the hot sauce. Give it a taste. Delicious. Here's the true test. Oh yeah. Wow. So I mentioned to you that this wasn't one of those types of Sauvignon Blancs that starts out zippy, and this is a little bit more, dare I say, a little bit more of a refined Sauvignon Blanc, a little bit more serious. But I think that this works for a range of Sauvignon Blancs. Whether it's something like this or whether it's something a little more fun. Yeah, I think it works. Pairs fantastically. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for watching my video today. All of you that have already subscribed, I'm deeply appreciative. If you're new and you haven't, go ahead and subscribe. I regularly drop videos where I share my favorite recipes and I attempt to get a great pairing like I did today. I'm Chef Glenn B, and as always, eat well.